So the first thing we're going to talk about today, and probably the most important, is our shooting hand ball placement. I'm a righty, so we're going to use my right hand for the purposes of the drill. But if you're a lefty, obviously use your left hand. So I'm going to find this black air hole in the basketball. I can either split it with my pointer or middle finger, or I can put my pointer finger on it, kind of wherever I'm comfortable. You can also find a spot on the basketball where if you trace it, it's the middle of the ball. But the most important thing is that we have our hand spread in the middle of the ball. An analogy I like to use with my players is, remember when you were kind of in elementary school and you painted your hand and you did a handprint? That's what we want our hand to be on the basketball. So we want it widespread, comfortable on the ball, in the middle, okay? The reason this is so important is because a lot of young players have their hand on the side of the ball. So I like to say this air hole is 50%, this is 0, this is 0. A lot of young players that we train will have their hand around the 25 to 30% mark. And the problem with that is when you go up, you get a lot of side spin. So when our hand is in the middle of the basketball, we're able to go up and get that perfect backspin. So make sure your hand's in the middle of the basketball and you're gonna make a lot more shots. So one drill that we can do to help get our hand in the middle of the basketball is simple ball wraps. I'm gonna wrap the ball starting from right to left. Whenever I want, I'm just gonna pick it up, try to place my hand in the middle of the ball. Obviously, we're not gonna be able to find that air hole every single time in the game. So I'm gonna have to start getting comfortable just finding the middle anywhere on the ball. So I'm here, find the middle. And I'm just gonna go as fast as I want, or I can go slow, and then I'm gonna place my hand. As a righty, this is a lot easier because I can just place my right hand on the ball and go up. Now if I go from left to right, the ball is gonna be in my right. I now have to place my guide hand on the ball. So we need to make sure that our shooting hand is kind of already in the middle when we have it, and now we come up. So this is a great way just to do this over and over again. A lot of you guys, if you're on the side of the ball naturally, you're gonna have to fidget with it, and that's okay. Do this until you can't get it wrong. Try it out. Adding on to finding the middle of the ball, we don't just wanna find the middle, we wanna find the seams. I'm gonna show you guys why. So the air hole is the middle of the ball. If I go up, I get that perfect backspin like that. But this is also the middle of the ball right here. It's not on the seams, so watch that backspin. It's not really, I like to use the analogy, it's not really a spiral like in football. We want this perfect backspin, just like your Patrick Mahomes throwing a spiral in football. So yes, this is the middle of the ball, but ideally, instead of that backspin, we find the seams anywhere along these black lines and get that perfect backspin. It's not only gonna feel better, but it's gonna give you softer touch. If it hits the rim, you're gonna make more shots. Another drill you guys can work on to find the middle of the basketball is just bad pass pickups. So I'm gonna do it to myself. I could throw a bad pass in the air, fidget with it, get the middle as fast as possible. I could bounce it and have to pick it up, find the middle. This is really gonna help you guys locate the middle as fast as possible and simulate in a game when you might not get a perfect pass with the seams and be able to catch it. You might get a pass all wobbly like this, I gotta catch, and now I gotta move my hands and fix it. So really over exaggerate this, make it super challenging, and just kind of force yourself to pick it up in different positions, maybe above your head, different hands. Try that out, really work on your hand speed finding the middle of the ball. It's gonna help you guys a lot.